Yeah, yeah. What they saying? I'm so divine, I'm so divine. Imperfection, perfection, my presence shines. My mental is parasailing maritime. They say I'm destined to read the palm line. Yeah, I'm so divine, I'm so divine. Imperfection, perfection, my presence shines. My mental is parasailing maritime. They say I'm destined to read the palm line. Yeah, I'm so divine.
Listen, you guys know we do our off topic. You know, we also have an H.G.R.G podcast. You know, welcome to the off topic where we talk about things that are serious. You know, also sports sometimes. You know, whatever's in the news. And unfortunately, the Memphis police are in the news right now. And I'm sure you watched that video.
And nobody's talking about it. Well, we're going to talk about it on this podcast.
I know. Just Jerry's ready, but
I'm heated, man. I'm heated.
We actually had to stop him before so we could record, you know, and let everybody hear his thoughts. But yeah, you know, I'm sure everyone's seen the video. It's a nasty video, you know. I'm sure, or maybe you've seen clips, or you know, you've seen some of it and couldn't you know watch it all because of you know the nature of it.
Right.
But you know. Obviously, I'll be real. I'll be honest with you guys. I was kind of late on this. Jerry actually put me on to it. You know what I'm saying? I don't watch TV like that, and I'm not. You know.
Can you attribute being late to it, which is sad?
Oh, yeah. You better say it. You better motherfucking say it.
We're almost numb to it. Like it's almost like
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I wouldn't say I'm numb to it because like it's different if like I seen it and just moved past it. You know what I'm saying? Then maybe I could say maybe I'm numb to it. But I wasn't informed.
I thought DT. I thought you were gonna say,
or is it because nobody's talking about it?
That's correct. Nobody's talking about it is because the person that got beaten to death was a black young man. The guy who got beaten to death and who did the beating was 5 black cops. Nobody's talking about anything.
Right.
If it would have been white cops, what are we really talking about? You would have had marches. Targets would have been burned down. Walmart would have been ransacked. What are we talking about? George Floyd.
I've seen some news news saying that they're preparing for rioting and things of that nature. But you're right, Jerry. You know, 1,000%. Had this been
preparing.
You know, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white cops that killed, you know, a young black man, young colored, you know, individual, whatever the hue of their skin was. You know, one thing I don't want to do though, and Jerry, I understand your energy, right? And there's no way, shape, form, or fashion where I would say that it's not applicable or wrong, or you know, nobody can tell a man how to feel, right? If you feel the way you feel, respect it 100%. But what I would say is this, right? You got a handful. Not even a handful, hundreds of scenarios. Handful is wrongly said. Hundreds of scenarios of examples that we've lived through. Thousands probably that are documented of unlawful police brutality, you know, which would be white police brutalizing black, Hispanic, Asian minorities. Thousands documented, maybe more than that. And then there's also, you know, black, Hispanic, Asian police officers that are documented to also brutalize black, Hispanic, Asian men. Let's not lose focus that police brutality is the problem. And it don't matter what color the police officer is. And we should not stand behind that movement, that moment, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white officers. But then not so much stand behind it because now it's 5 black police officers.
This is exactly my point.
Fire should be the same.
I think that's Jerry's energy.
I know it is, but I want to make sure we say it clearly up front so that it's not misconstrued. You know what I'm saying? On the energy that we now portray and say and give out, because at the end of the day, like, the movement is the movement. The energy is the energy. It don't matter the color of the police officer. It's the fact that he's a police officer. My man, 1,000%. Like he's in the club with his friends.
1,000%.
They pick him up and punch him in his head like he danced with his girl or slapped his kids and shit.
That's the argument I'm having.
What do you
think?
Go ahead.
My argument is stand on your 10 toes. 100%. Don't tell me it's Black Lives Matter, and then when black officers do it to another black man, it's not Black Lives Matter. I don't even hear them. Where are they? Where are they screaming Black Lives Matter and they're marching? I have not seen them. They're not out. Tell me something. Where's Jay-Z speaking about this incident? Where's Kanye West speaking about this incident? Where's all the rappers screaming George Floyd? Where are those guys doing it for this young gentleman?
Mm-hmm.
We're silent now because it's black on black. No,
I don't know. I'm not in tune.
Oh, I am.
Or
I am.
Or tapped in with, like, you know, the social media, you know, sites and stuff like that. That would be the only way that I would know whether or not these people are standing loudly. I'm not. You are more than I am.
If they're standing with them, they're standing with them silent. They weren't silent with George Floyd.
Yeah.
So we don't want you to be silent now.
Yeah.
We want you to stand. We want you to stand up. Enemy Chopper is the only one screaming.
Oh, really? Okay.
He's the only one screaming.
What's his stance?
Jesse Jackson's not with him?
No, Enemy Chopper is rioting, marching, peaceful, protesting.
Yeah,
that he's there, but also Enemy Chopper is from exactly. He is from Memphis.
Memphis. That's why. Okay.
So, but his platform is big, so he is there standing. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay, even though it's his town. I'm okay. He's standing.
I respect it. I'm not. It doesn't take away from the fire because he's local. It doesn't take kudos to him. And
correct.
Everybody stands with him. Kudos. I'm not. I ask you that because typically people who are from the area or the location wherever the brutality is, they have a different type of pressure. To do something because it's in your backyard.
It's in your backyard. And if that's the conversation, he feels pressured. Well, he's standing on it, so I'm okay with that.
It don't matter if he feel pressure or not. That's how he's handling the pressure. So respect, hats off. You know what I'm saying? Like
so if you guys seen the video, we're not gonna get into it. We're not gonna go and show you it because it's kind of
honestly, I don't want to see it.
Correct.
I'm all set.
He was 100 yards from his house. 100 yards from his house.
Crazy.
It was a stop, a ticket stop, a park, not a ticket stop, a traffic stop.
Yeah.
And it ended up, bro, he's tasered, pepper sprayed, punched in the face,
kicked in the face,
multiple times,
hit with a baton.
The picture's online. I mean, it's obvious.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think this is worse? And what I'm saying is that the beating itself. Do you think the beating itself was worse than the Rodney Kings?
No.
This is
an argument at this point, though?
I would say this is a modern day Rodney King.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think one is worse than the other. I think actually, you know what? I take that back. I think this is worse.
Because he died?
Huh?
Because he died?
Number one, because he died. That's the biggest thing.
1,000%.
It's the loss of life. Right? This is worse. And I don't even have to give you a second answer But if I did, if you required me to do so, Rodney King happened in like what, 95?
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, you got that one. You got
We're
that
in
one.
2020 to we're 23. We're 18 years later. For that to be reality,
and we're still dealing with it. What are we
in the
talking
free
about,
United States of America,
bro? They had
Rodney King
body cams on.
was bad, but this is worse.
They had body cams on. 5 of them, 2 of them was the only things on, and they were facing the other way, screaming, so it could look like he was resisting, bro.
There's and I, there's conspiracy theorists and all this other stuff that you see online. Listen, the internet's undefeated. They're not going to lose this fight. They make it seem like officers are being trained on how to hide situations like this via their body cam.
The only reason why they're going through this war and they lost their job and they're going to get indicted right now, they get charged, is because the fellow drove to a block that he knew had a street camera, which NYPD puts on minorities, neighborhoods, bad neighborhoods. Yeah. They put cameras
not NYPD, Memphis PD.
No, okay, Memphis PD. I'm sorry, I'm bugging. I'm sorry.
And let's be clear.
I'm from. I'm from the hood. You already know.
Let's be clear. Marginalized neighborhoods throughout the United States.
Yeah, and better words. Yes.
Place those cameras in spaces for their benefits, but this just so happened to be one of those reasons that didn't benefit them.
And they didn't benefit them. And what you saw was crucial.
When I say there, I mean that's a large statement too. But gun crime.
I think what set Jerry off a lot was that when he asked me about it in chat, I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, like you can feel the energy through the phone. Like, what do you mean? He's like, why do you think you don't know about this? And I'm like, I don't.
He blamed on TV.
TV.
Absolutely not. That's that's not the reason why you don't know about it.
And he was like, if this was 5 white cops, you'd have known about this.
Right. Correct.
And then I feel like that kind of snowballed to the energy he's in now.
Because it's because you still didn't watch TV with George Floyd. What are we talking about? You didn't watch TV, but you knew about it.
Yeah, I didn't. I definitely knew about that.
It's the same energy.
Can I? Let me ask you this, right? So all 3 of us come from minority backgrounds. I'm sure we all have our own individual police brutality or unjust stories.
Which we do.
Let's be clear. And I want all of us to give our opinion on this. I think that's important. Does it change things because it was 5 black officers as opposed to 5 white officers against or the tragedy being a minority human being? Or even if it was a white person, it doesn't matter, the person that was the tragedy. Does it change anything? Do you feel any less or more of anything because there was black officers as opposed to white officers? Do we feel like that?
I know. I don't think Jerry does. He wants the same energy.
No. I want each one of us to answer that question.
Yeah. Jerry, I'll let you go first.
Oh, all right. So no, it does not matter to me. It does not matter to me. You took an oath to do what you were supposed to do. Do it correctly. Mm-hmm. I don't care if it's a white, Chinese, yellow, black. If you're out there, bro, I've been in situations that I kind of lost my life as well. I don't care what color you are. If you took the oath, do it correctly. Now, there's times that you have to come out of character because people come out of character. Our people come out of character. Those is not this time. That wasn't this time. Mm-hmm. This time, you took the power to another level and destroyed families, because that guy has families. Mm-hmm. And you took a life.
The community. You took a life.
And the community now.
Father or brother, I don't know if he had kids, but you took a human being who had a lot going on for himself and people that love him.
So for me, it does not matter what color you are. Stand on what you stand on.
Nor should it.
If I'm going to be a police officer, then I'm going to be a police officer. I'm not going to be a hood police officer.
Right.
I'm going to be a police officer.
Talk to me.
So I have a really good friend. That's in the police force. He's not.
I have family in police officers.
Right. He's not a police officer. He's of a higher rank, and we have conversations. Sometimes, you know, I beat him up about this stuff, and I get to ask him questions that maybe other people aren't privy to ask someone that's out of uniform that's good friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can hit him with hard questions, and he can give me a true answer, and it's off the record. You know, because you know we're good friends. And I remember him telling me, you know, that. And he's a minority, that these situations are true when it's a white cop, you know, that hurts a minority, it gets publicized, it gets, you know, it's political, you know, and they use that, you know, and he goes, especially the Democratic side, they like to politicize this and use it as a weapon. And I'm like, I don't know how much I believe that or how much I feel that. This might be the proof that he was 100% correct.
Yep.
This might be the proof that he was 100% correct.
Yep.
You know, because it's not the same energy,
bro.
You know, when I live in Virginia now, so when the George Floyd incident happened, they were rioting here.
Correct. You had to
They were rioting here. You know, they were rioting everywhere in New York. They were in California. They were rioting everywhere.
They were setting up protests every state, bro.
Yeah.
For George Floyd.
Yep.
Let me ask you guys a question. I'm sorry to cut you off. Your answers next.
No, you go, bro. You go. Yeah.
At this day and time, if he was a scumbag, he have criminal background. Would we know about it right now?
Absolutely.
Okay. Nothing has came out.
I don't think so.
You don't. George Floyd got everything.
White. Yeah. So that's the other side of it, though, right? So you have someone like, you know, like Fox News that come out and be like, you know, the guy was, you know, he stole gum when he was 12, you know, and then they start painting this whole picture.
I beg to differ. Why would Fox News protect 5 black police officers?
No. That's not what I'm saying.
Well, if they were white, no. Take that. Remove the color. If the person that we were dealing with that died, if he was a scumbag, if he has criminal back, period. Gotcha. Wouldn't we know already that he's a scumbag?
Yeah, for sure. That comes out quick.
George Floyd already came out that he was a scumbag.
You know why I don't know that to be true, G?
Why?
I understand your point, though. I understand where you're going with it, because if it was relevant, or if they would chase that story, that narrative on the other side, I agree with you. I just don't think that they care enough to chase that narrative that the 5 black police officers to protect. If it were 5, I speak for like the
correct.
5.
That's correct.
If there were 5 white police officers and he was
that's what I'm saying.
Then they would chase that narrative, like George Floyd.
Right.
1,000%.
That's why
I started that conversation.
And he might even be a piece of shit. Respect, God bless his soul. It doesn't even matter whether he's not. They won't jump off the bridge to protect the officers on Fox News.
The officers already fired.
Right.
Charged.
They're already charged and fired already.
Right. And then I seen another video.
I don't want to hear the narrative. Sorry, I don't want to hear.
My bad. Go ahead.
I don't want to hear the narrative of, oh, if it was white people, they would still be on the desk duty. I don't want to hear it. The guys are fucking guilty. Do not tell me, they got charged very fast. I do not care.
I think you're wrong.
What do you mean?
I think you're wrong.
About? Go ahead.
Energy. Because George Floyd, the police officers that did that, they weren't fired immediately.
You have to investigate. You have to investigate. They have to investigate.
This crime happened what, a week ago?
Yep.
George Floyd officers. Floyd they didn't get fired for months.
Yeah, George Floyd, because there was an investigation. They had to go through process.
What's the difference, Ba?
The difference is
color.
No. I'm sorry. The knee was on his neck. The knee was on his neck. They had to find out why he died from a knee on a neck.
Remember, because they were saying that he was hot. He had drugs in the system.
He was drugs in the system.
Go past that. Let's go to the guy that they shot in the car. That he was with his wife and his kid. The Spanish guy. I don't remember what name where he was at.
That was on video.
Yeah, on video.
That's right.
Yeah. How long was he on payroll?
You also got to remember too. Was the cop's life threatened? Was
no, he was in the car with his kids. He was in the car with his kids and his wife.
So you got to also remember. Why did you pull the trigger? You have to go on an investigation. These guys killed somebody on camera.
They still got to go on an investigation. Because if you watch
this investigation should conclude really quick.
It did already.
Yeah, it did already. But that's my point, though. And my point is that's my whole point. I'm not saying that they're not wrong, that they're not guilty. No. What I'm saying is that they are just guilty as the gentleman that put his knee on the homie's neck. I'm sure
you're saying that it was a
little bit longer to investigate the guilty matter. If that, I don't know if that's even a thing. The fact that there was guilt and that was a crime for George Floyd's killing. I'm sure that there was a longer investigation. Honestly, that investigation was not even over until the jury decided it was over.
1,000%.
Right now, these gentlemen, in less than 2 weeks, have been charged, fired, no pay, in less than 2 weeks.
And you think if they were 5 white guys, it wouldn't be that way?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Show me.
History shows you that.
I'll tell you what you do. Show me in history another incident, because we have thousands, where one or whoever white guys did this to a African-American, Spanish chap, and they got fired this fast. Show me that.
It doesn't even matter. You might be right. I do not care. They're guilty.
Let me tell you why.
Have a good time. Have a good life. Have a good life in fucking prison.
I agree, but let me tell you why. Let me tell you why the energy should be the same on the opposite side. Right?
No, it should be at the same. Don't get me wrong. It should be the same conversation for any fucking person who took the oath and took their powers under their own hands.
I agree.
I don't give a fuck.
100%.
But the goal that I was telling you was, the guy is squeaky clean. The kid is squeaky clean. He's not a scumbag. That's why you didn't hear anything from him.
So was Trayvon Martin.
Yeah, but Trayvon Martin stole something in his past. You heard about that. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. As quick as you come out with,
you're going to hear about something with this homie.
As of right now,
it could have been out already if that was the case.
No, you're going to hear it. You're going to hear it down the line. Some bullshit. It happens, and even if you don't, because it does. The man could have been a saint, or he could have been
not a saint. Yeah, correct.
You don't. Your hand don't call for that.
1,000%.
Not by a person who is supposedly trained to protect and serve. Not only
5 of you.
Not only one person, but 5 of you who are trained to protect and serve. And all 5 of you acted in accordance to one another. There was not one of you that said, yo, you tripping. Stop. Stop. No, all 5 of you felt that same energy.
What about the EMT? What are we talking about? The EMT, they got there. 16 minutes later, they started to now look at the gentleman. Right. 16 minutes later, they got to the scene already. Boy, I want to charge everybody, bro.
When they got there, the officer.
So Jerry, is your stance
like a false narrative? Oh, he got all right. He did this, he did that. That's why he did that. That's crazy.
What if
that
that
like rehearsed?
What if that dude was our brother? What if that dude was your son?
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
So your stance, Jerry, on this is that keep the same energy that you would have if it was 5 white cops.
1,000. I don't give a fuck who it is, bro.
But that's what you're saying, though. That energy you have for 5 white cops that have done this. And
I want the same energy. Yes.
Everything that would have been happening and burning every city down from the West Coast to the East Coast.
Yes.
Keep that same energy.
Who do you hold to that
standard? Letting up off the gas because it's 5 black.
Who do you hold to that standard?
The same people that did it with George Floyd and everything else.
What about the person, the minority that feels like I held white cops to the standard. I preached, I marched. We preached, we marched. You know, we did everything in our power. And the results, you know, weren't satisfactory. Right? I went against what we call would be the opposition to a certain extent. This is a standard of somebody. I'm not saying this is my take or whatever. I'm just, you know, maybe throwing out a different perspective. Then now you got 5 black cops that killed a black man.
Okay.
I may, as a person, say that I don't want to grab my torch and hold it up high because when a white man did it and I held my torch up high, it didn't get me nowhere. And I don't want to kill the ism, the perception, the narrative of how the black man looks. So if when I hold my torch up high, when the white man doesn't and it don't do shit, then I'm gonna choose to not hold my torch up high when the black man does it because I don't want to kick us down anymore because we're already down. Not defending them, not making it clear, not making it good. I'm saying maybe there's people out there like I don't want to do that to my people because we've been already kicked down enough. And you know, this is one situation out of, you know, if there's 10,000 police brutality cases, this is 1 or 2 of them. You know, I'm not going to shine my light on this 1 or 2. Ignore the other 9.
You know my answer to that for you would be
pistachios. I'm sorry.
Yeah, pistachios kicking your ass. You know what my answer would be? Then you're part of the problem.
Okay.
You're part of the problem.
Okay.
We're not in the conversation of picking and choosing. We want to get everything's right. Then we held everybody to a standard. It didn't work for the white guys. It didn't work. You keep on trying. It does. Hard work does not just stop.
Mm-hmm. This is an extreme case. It's not like fucking the officer got scared and ended up shooting somebody and didn't mean to or didn't or overreacted or whatnot.
There's nothing right about this case. There's nothing right about this case. There's no. This is open and closed. This is open and shut. This is stupidity at times.
This was beyond devilish. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like this was this man got beat to death.
This is powerful.
It kind of felt like a hit. It felt like a hit.
Yeah. It felt like like a hit, like
this had to happen to me.
A goon squad that was, they had a plan and they executed it. And
you can look in the first 5 minutes, watch the video. Look at how they react to him.
If you would hear what they were saying, yo, my leg was hurting, not anymore. What are we talking about?
Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy.
He is screaming for his mother.
Yeah. It's almost too familiar, right?
No.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, I guess I would say keep that same energy.
What so sorry to cut you.
Yeah, good.
ET, you didn't answer. Going back to you. You didn't answer your question.
I'm glad you asked. You asked me the question again so that we bring it in perspective.
You asked the question.
You asked the question.
Repeat the question so we bring it in perspective.
The question is like, did this? What do you ask? Did this change anything for you? Do you feel any right? Was that it?
Yeah.
Do you feel anything for this situation? You know what I'm saying?
Kind of,
I
sort of.
guess that's pretty much
Because if it was white and black and stuff like that, did it change anything for you?
Yeah. So I'm gonna answer that, and I'm gonna tie into where you were at just now, 2G. Did it change something for me? No. What it did for me was it was painful to see, to hear, and to come to the realization that that police officers, black police officers, brutally murder an innocent young man, or a young man that was allegedly accused of doing something wrong in which they did that for. And it hasn't been notarized or publicized as it should, because if it was white officers that did that to a black man, different parts of the media would have capitalized off of that, monetarily,
politically.
on video, politically, media wise, all that good stuff. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to come at the Jay-Z's. I don't want to come at the
I'm all in.
public figures. You could be all in. We can agree to disagree on that, right? Because when somebody does something that they don't have to do, and they put their career on the line, they put their dollars behind that, and they stand on that, and they know that there's going to be some backlash that comes with it. If they do it for one scenario, two scenarios, three scenarios, it doesn't obligate them to do it for 4 or 5. They can pick and choose.
Absolutely.
What they decide to stand behind and politicize. You know what I'm saying? And if I put myself in their shoes, right, and I'm outside, and this shit bothers me, and I make it clear this shit bothers me. I'm tired of seeing white officers fuck with my people. And I politicize that. I put my dollars behind that. I stand behind that. I'm in commercials behind that. I make my videos behind that. I'm financially supporting people who are doing that. And there's things that people never will know about that I'm behind the support anti that. Right? If I decide I don't want to get behind this because I know how the media will turn this, because this will be, if I get behind it, if I say that this is wrong, they're going to utilize that clip. And this will be the worst police beating, the worst police brutality, because it just so happens to be African-American officers.
Yeah. Okay.
And the media and the people, the powers that be, the people that don't want to push that to the forefront will get behind that with a machine. And the officers that did the George Floyds, there was just some officers that were released from some police brutality, like prematurely, recently, which is also not publicized. I don't remember the actual case, but I just saw it, recently because I was looking at this. But kind of to go full circle, there could be a method to my madness. Though I may not like this, and though I may not stand behind it, and though I may feel my way, and I don't get out in the forefront and represent this, I could be doing this strategically. This could be like a publicist thing, where you don't want to stand and politicize it. That's fucked up. That's wrong. Those 5 black officers are wrong, and I want their badges, and I want them to go to jail forever. But you got to think, bro, if you allow the media,
so you don't want the media to use you as a pawn.
Can't, man, because they'll do that.
So the thing is, let me bring it back.
They'll take Fat Joe's tax evasion and make it bigger than Martha Stewart's tax evasion because he's Fat Joe and Martha Stewart.
Let me ask you a question.
That's what they'll do. They'll do that. We got to be honest.
Let me ask you a question. What is Kaepernick kneeling for?
Police brutality.
Does it matter about a race?
No.
No, but it was what sparked that.
What do you?
What sparked that?
What do you mean? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. The race. My bad. Wrong answer.
Absolutely not. He kneeled because of police.
You're wrong.
Tell me what I'm wrong about. Because he's not kneeling now. I'll tell you now. Go ahead.
Well, night. He sold out. He took a bag.
What are we talking about, bro?
I don't say sold out like he sold out his soul and he still doesn't feel the same way. I'm saying he took a bag to be quiet right now.
Correct.
That's a fact. We
know
that.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he sold out for his cause because he did a lot. He did a lot.
I think what Jerry's saying is that he needs to be loud now as well.
He's kneeling, bro.
But he doesn't does he have a platform now?
For police
the problem
brutality.
Is hold up, though, Jerry. The problem is that he took a
bag. It's over for that.
He signed a non-disclosure, so he
can't do anything no more.
Right, he may not be in a position right now where he can even
sign a bag. Wait. Who do you sign a bag with?
Do your research.
I'm gonna get back to that. I mean, I can't speak on it, but I highly doubt.
And you know why I say that? No disrespect to you.
Documentary on Netflix and shit.
I know. You ain't gotta tell me.
I don't want to publicize it because it's not. I don't want to make that the forefront of our argument. But he took a bag.
All I'm saying is I don't give a fuck about no social media. And you have the choice to pick and choose, sir. Yes, you do. You have a choice to pick whatever you. The famous rapper, the Jay-Z's, they have a choice.
Oh no, nobody said he didn't.
No, you said they have a choice to pick and choose, and I'm agreeing with you.
Okay.
But now, if you can't stand on this, the next thing you say next month when it happens again, I do not look at you the same.
I don't think you're right, though. I think not that I don't think you're right. I feel like that, but that's not the right way to say it. I think you should just look at it a little bit differently because you got to play chess, not checkers.
But it can still be politicized, right? Because you can look at certain media outlets, right, and go, "Oh, look, Jay-Z's here for this one." But he wasn't here last month when it was 5 black officers. Correct. Isn't that convenient? Boom, boom, boom. So now what he's saying, he's muzzled himself completely. It's either step up now or you got to shut up forever. You know, because now they're going to use these upon anyway.
I'm gonna also breathe down your neck if you say that something next month on a different topic. I'm gonna be like, my man, where were you 5 minutes ago? Mm-hmm. That's the conversation. That's the narrative.
I guess I look at things a little differently, and I'm not defending them, because they don't do what they.
That's why we have these conversations. We got different perspectives.
I got another question. My last question.
Go ahead. Before I look at things like a chess thing, and I could be wrong. I'm one of those people that I overthink everything. Like I overthink everything, right? So, and
I see your view. Don't get me wrong.
Ask these questions though. Ask them out loud, but don't answer them. What nationally televised brutality case, police brutality, be clear, has this much evidence been leaked so fast?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's not a good question.
It is, because it takes sometimes months to get the body.
It's one camera that came out. That's it. One video. We're in a day and age that everything comes out in video.
Why so fast? Who controls the camera it came out on? You? Me?
The state.
Why did they release it so fast?
Because the lawyer already came out.
It don't work like that.
They're already suing.
It don't work like that. It don't work like that. I don't know what world you think that is, but it don't work like that. You and I know that truth. How long it takes you to file an insurance policy?
No. So, no.
That's
our luck. That's our luck. Your guy over there has a check coming already.
I'll tell you what. Do me a favor. Give me an example of another police brutality case of this media magnitude, in which you say is not really that big, which I agree, that this information has been released this fast.
Every you remember, we're in a different type of age. The video comes out.
I just need an answer. I don't need an explanation.
Everything comes out fast now.
What other
Everything-
case were the police officers fired?
Oh, you're saying no. You said
and then
evidence.
charged, and this time.
You said evidence, sir.
Yeah, it's the same question. It's just
no way. Because now you're talking about he's charged and fired. That's two different things. There's never been a conversation that way. That I know of.
Okay, so let me give you a second question then.
But George Floyd's video came out the same week.
I think the George Floyd video was from a girl on the sidewalk, though, not from.
It was evidence, but nobody was fired from that. There was no action.
That's correct. That's what I'm saying. You said evidence that came out this quick. That's different from fired and charged.
No, but see, evidence. The way I was saying it wasn't that like your cell phone, my cell phone, a girl or a guy's cell phone. I'm talking about evidence released from the state, right? That was going to be detrimental to that case. That was released this fast, and not only was that released that way, they were also fired and charged this fast.
No, I don't believe it's a case to my knowledge.
I can't.
I don't know.
The case.
Think about this. Why? And I'm not, and I don't want to be the conspiracy theorist to be like, I don't even want to lie to you because they were black. But give me evidence against that.
I don't want to lie to you. I don't care. I don't want to lie to you. I don't give a fuck how fast it was.
You should.
Let me ask you a question. If five black officers would have whooped and killed a white man, what would have happened?
The same thing.
Same shit. Yeah.
Just this fast.
Is that right?
But that's the whole argument for Colin Kaepernick and anybody else who stands.
All I'm asking you. DT,
is it right? No.
Is it right?
The answer is no. No.
Is it right for you, Lance?
No.
And when I say no, I'm saying the difference between had it been a white man or a black man that was the victim. The
correct.
time
we're talking about correct.
Right. Okay.
So now, why do we care?
Unfortunately, in our society is.
Why do we care if it's a black man and it came out that quick?
He's saying on the flip side, though, is the black cops. If it was white cops, maybe it would have been hard to get that evidence, or it took longer.
No. Not if. Not it. Maybe.
History says.
Yeah.
History shows that if it's a white cop, they're desk duty. They're still getting paid. The evidence takes forever to come out. We'll wait for evidence.
If they go to trial, they get. They're not convicted. A year, 6 months, probation, ankle bracelets.
And he's saying because it's 5 black cops, it's swift justice. No problem, guys. Here, it's one of yours anyway.
And you could be right, and you could stand on the right outside of this. I still do not care. It happened so fast. Well, you're going to jail that fast.
The ass whooping was so bad,
Bro, all I can think of, bro, we've been through it. That's why I'm so upset about it.
Yeah,
we've been through it. I know people that go through it.
Mm-hmm. And I can't be mad that. I don't think anybody should be mad that you feel that way, right? I don't think anybody should be mad.
DT, you got to say it is weird though, man. Where, if it's a white cop, this thing is, like I said, politicized, and it's on every media outlet, and it's in your face. And this here, it took me a week to even hear about the news. Mm-hmm. And it's not, the riots aren't like that. It's just not the same energy.
What do you think? What do you think is the drive? Not the drive, but what's the cause? Why has it not been mediaized, or I don't know if that's the right word, but publicized, and been to the forefront like the other,
The only thing I can think of, and to be honest with you, if I'm being honest, the only thing I can think of is because of the black cops. There's no other. There's nothing else I can put my finger
What's
on.
the benefit of that? What is the media benefit of that, or what is the disadvantage of the media of that? Like, why? Flip side of the coin. Why?
I think one side of the media,
is controlled by a lot of minorities.
I think one side of the media, they play
media.
I don't think. I think
I'm not saying all media. I'm talking about like what's that? Shade Room. We heard about it once, bro.
That's
Shade
not-
Room had Shade Room is media. I'm saying.
Yeah,
Did the
yeah.
Breakfast Club talk about it?
Breakfast Club touched on it.
And so,
This is all I'm saying. They're touching on it, but not standing on it. Social media. That's one reason why I'm giving you Shade Room is because George Floyd was on every week. Every week they were talking about him.
George Floyd is tough because he kind of like, you know, God bless his soul. His situation transcended a movement. His situation transcended, I think, history. You know, our history.
The beginning of history.
Right. The beginning of the movement history. I agree. You know what I'm saying? Like, so George
it stops here?
No, not that it stops, but you already know the first is always, you know, kind of like the biggest.
The biggest.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, you know, it's just the biggest. It's the wave is never again to be felt. But every other wave behind it will still be a wave, but it won't be the same magnitude of wave.
Magnitude, correct. But this magnitude is like trash.
I agree. I agree that it's not what it should be. I think he should, you know, the recognition should be, it should be a lot more publicized, a lot more talked about. It should be a lot more controversial. But I honestly can't speak to the fact that it is or isn't because I'm not paying attention to news.
But that's what he's saying. You didn't have to pay attention to George Floyd. It was there for you.
Every corner you turn, you talk about George Floyd.
You know what? Nah, I didn't really think about it. You know why I paid attention more during George Floyd? Because I was inside.
COVID?
Yeah. I watched, you know, I was inside.
You just made my argument even worse. Even better, sorry.
I'm not even trying not to make it worse. I want to help you help me.
Not worse, better. I mean, you know why? You were inside and everybody was outside fighting for George Floyd. How's that happening? Everybody was outside for George Floyd.
Even during the lockdown.
If you're in lockdown and COVID, you're still fighting out there?
Yeah.
Bro, you make it.
I mean, I get it. But, you know, everybody was inside, right? Everybody was stuck in their house.
But now we outside.
It was unemployment or working from home so they can afford to, you know, spend their time doing shit like that. Now people are back at the real world, not making excuses, but just giving, you know, perspective. People are back in the real world, like, you know, working, busting their ass and doing what they're supposed to do. So, you know, the TV medias, the MSNBCs, the Fox Newses, the CNNs, they're not getting as much. I'm not saying, you know, they're not doing good, but I'm just saying people are not paying attention 24 hours a day like they were, you know, during the COVID situation. George Floyd was a very,
what about Mike Brown, though? I don't think Mike Brown,
bro.
All of anything that happened in March of 2020 until like,
I think there was more noise for Mike Brown.
I'm gonna wait for another incident.
George Floyd was, I think, the biggest ever.
No.
I'm gonna wait for another incident.
Mike Brown, there was more noise than there is for this.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And there's no excuse there.
But still, no, to be honest with you, it's still early for him, for this gentleman. He's only like 2 weeks into the, you know, the whole situation happening. From what I know, I could be wrong, but Mike Brown, obviously, we're talking about Mike Brown 2-3 years later, which God bless his soul and his family and everybody that, you know, that loves him and still prays for him. The movement is behind him, so no disregard to that. But this gentleman, unfortunate passing, you know, it's still fairly new. You know what I'm saying? So the movement may not already, like the whole machine may not be around him yet. And I hope it does get behind him. Maybe it won't, but
it's a slow ass machine.
You know, you got to give time to where it's due. You know what I'm saying? But to wrap things up, I want to make sure that we clear. Like in my stance, I don't agree that this should have any less light because it's 5 African-American officers than it would have if it was 5 Caucasian or white officers. But I also don't agree that these 5 African-American officers should be dragged through the mud or treated differently than if it were 5 Caucasian or white officers. You know what I'm saying? I do think that there's some smelly fish in the water here, that all this information and evidence was offered so quickly. And the narrative, though it may not be a lot, all of the narrative that I see paints these gentlemen as demons.
I think
I don't see any. I haven't seen one news anchor, media outlet, anybody supporting these officers. Not one.
Which they shouldn't.
During the George Floyd and every other police brutality, I see media anchors.
Fair
Blue Lives Matter. I haven't seen one Blue Lives Matter person step up behind these 5 gentlemen. Find those for me, Jerry, and then come back to me with your argument.
So my argument will tell you is it's a different case. You're going against somebody.
Blue Lives Matter.
I agree with that.
That's what they say.
I agree with that. What I'm trying to tell you, you're fighting. I am going against. I'm going on the subject of you're saying the evidence in different scenarios, different way you have to investigate. So there's different types of investigations. So I am not saying what they did to George Floyd was right, but they had to do an investigation. This investigation is cut and dry. There's nothing that you can tell me that they didn't do right.
You're just saying there's no wiggle room to even save these guys.
So this conversation, you're right, bro. I'm not saying you're wrong. And the information came out fast. I agree with that. I'm also agreeing with how they're moving on this case. It's too clean for me. But do I really care?
You should, because there's no opposition.
Justice is justice, bro.
And I'm not saying that you should care.
Day, though, this is clear cut, man. You know,
I'm not saying
it's clear cut.
Take away from what happened. I think you should care just to see the bigger picture.
I would say, let's talk about the next situation. And then, but this situation, the brutal fucking beating they did to that boy. Let's talk about the next situation, about how fast it went. This situation, boy, you killed that kid. And that guy could have been my brother.
God bless his soul.
Well, listen. We got a lot off our chest, right, with the conversation. You know, I know. Once again, guys, we let you into our off-topic subjects because this is how we talk with each other. Period. But now you guys get a chance to see it. But we would love for you guys to comment below, give us your thoughts. Let us know, what side of the street you're on with this, and who you agree with, who you don't agree with, or if you see both sides. But with that being said, man, make sure you check us out at H.G.R.G.club. Make sure you like, subscribe, and get with us. We'll see you on the other side.
What they saying? I'm so divine, I'm so divine. Imperfection, perfection, my presence shines. My mental is parasailing maritime. They say I'm destined to read the palm line. Yeah, I'm so divine, I'm so divine. Imperfection, perfection, my presence shines. My mental is parasailing